At 33 years old, Robert Downey Jr. had an Oscar nomination, a mansion in Malibu, and a gun in his truck, and he still broke into the wrong house to sleep off the drugs. The police found Hollywood's most talented actor curled up in a stranger's bed, barely breathing. Most careers end there. This was only halfway through its collapse. So how does a man who spent 15 months in federal prison, who couldn't get insured, who lost his home, end up becoming the highest-grossing superhero in cinema history? The fall didn't begin with fame. It began at 6 years old, when his father, a small-time New York director, handed his son a joint and called it bonding. By 8, Robert was drinking. By his early teens, the two had become codependent addicts together. Robert would later say it was his father's way of showing love. It was the only way he knew how.
Cutting me out of the film. And all my friends harped in, maybe it's you, maybe it's you. Humility, got it, right here. Signed, sealed, delivered. Up yours.
When Downey entered Hollywood in the 1980s alongside the Brat Pack, Demi Moore, Rob Lowe, Molly Ringwald, he convinced himself he was a functioning addict. He'd show up hungover. He'd disappear between takes. But he'd show up, and his talent was undeniable. His breakthrough came in 1987's Less Than Zero, a brutal, unflinching portrait of a young man destroyed by crack cocaine. Critics praised him. Audiences were stunned. An Oscar nomination for Chaplin in 1992 followed. He was, as Hollywood insiders whispered, a star waiting to be born. But success only accelerated the spiral. Cocaine gave way to heroin. Sarah Jessica Parker left him after years of broken promises. Then came the 1996 arrest, speeding on Pacific Coast Highway with cocaine, crack, and a loaded .357 Magnum. Then the relapse in Palm Springs. Then prison. Jodie Foster pulled him aside on a film set and told him, point blank, "I am afraid for you." He didn't listen. The man who finally reached down to pull him back up was Mel Gibson, himself no stranger to demons. Gibson personally put up the insurance money that no studio would. The man who finally reached down to pull him back up was Mel Gibson, himself no stranger to demons. Gibson personally put up the insurance money that no studio would provide, cast Downey in a film, kept a roof over his head, and told him one thing: hug the cactus. Embrace the ugliest parts of yourself, and you might just become someone worth knowing. Downey listened this time. He met producer Susan Levin on a film set in 2003. She gave him one condition: the moment she found hard drugs, she was gone forever. He chose her. He chose sobriety. He chose himself. And in 2008, director Jon Favreau handed a blacklisted, formerly uninsurable actor the role of Tony Stark, a billionaire genius, humbled by catastrophe, reborn with purpose. Iron Man earned $585 million worldwide. It was the most perfectly cast role in superhero history because Tony Stark's arc wasn't fiction. It was Robert Downey Jr.'s life, dressed in armor. Robert Downey Jr. is proof that talent alone won't save you, but talent combined with one person who refuses to give up on you just might. He won his first Oscar in 2024, looked into the camera, and thanked his terrible childhood. No one in that room laughed harder than he did. So here's the question for the comments. Without Mel Gibson's intervention, does Robert Downey Jr. survive Hollywood or disappear entirely? We'd love to know what you think. For more untold stories of the stars who almost didn't make it, subscribe to the Star Snap, and we'll see you in the next one.